Hey everyone, Alva here. Just wanted to pop in right quick and give my thoughts on the new excavation update for Marauders. Now, with knowing we'll be getting a new update bi-weekly, I don't think I'll be doing these for every one of them unless something huge changes, i.e. warp gates in the medical system, for example. By the way, they're doing another dev blog today with spicy bean dip at noon, so hopefully we'll get some more sweet juice. Maybe pop over there and check it out. That'll be on July 14th, 2023, just in case you're watching this years from now. We also got this quick peek of what appears to be a skin for a breach pod, so hopefully we'll see some more of that over on the dev blog as well. Hey, real quick, if you like Marauders content, do stick around. It's one of the main games we play here, and we'd love to get a sub or even a like from you. It really does help us out. So, let's address the elephant in the room, the warp gates. They have caused quite a stir in people, and I've seen plenty of posts on Reddit about how terrible they are. I have seen a few positive ones, don't get me wrong, but it's almost all poorly received. So, what's my opinion? Well, I don't mind it so much. It added a new layer to playing the game that wasn't there before. In all honesty, the gates were called in early every time we played, either by us or by another player. In the 30 or so raids I've played so far, I don't think I've waited the entire 15 minutes for them to spawn ever.
Much more direct now. Oh, what the fuck? I don't see anyone following after him.
They're all in pretty easy to find locations and haven't really been a problem to go call in, and I promise you we're not PvP chads. If you're having trouble finding them, Spicy Bean Dip does have a guide on where to find them all, so be sure to check that out. And Spicy is getting all the love today, I guess. Warp gate timers just make people play the raid and commit a bit more to it. I get that some of you want to dip in and out, but I just don't think that's the way Small Impact Games wants it to be. The price you pay for ratting around safely in a raid is a 15-minute timer someone else is going to press and call in earlier anyway. I personally think it was way overblown as a bad change in mechanics, but to each their own. I understand one complaint, which is that it makes Luger runs really hard, and that's why I agree it could be annoying. Luger runs are usually kill a few raiders, fill my bag, and get out to make enough money to get going again. I totally understand it. If I had to say 10 minutes for the warp gate might be a better sweet spot, but I'm honestly not totally sure. Zach, my duo partner, said he didn't like them that much, but after explaining why I liked them, he understood somewhat as well. I think it will remain a controversial decision, but I'll be honest, I don't really mind it and 100% understand why it was implemented. So what about health changes? Honestly, it's another thing I didn't really notice much past the animations and new bleed mechanic. I didn't get to play before the hotfix, so I don't know how it was prior to that, but I think it's fine now. Bleeding is a cool mechanic, and I'm glad to see it in Marauders, as it adds a bit of intensity to firefights that was kind of lacking before. Being able to also hear people heal is major as well, and adds a lot of new tactics to fighting players. If you asked me how I'd like to see health and medicine in this game, I'd really want it to be more specific. Bandages don't heal much but stop bleeding, small medkits heal a decent amount of health, etc. I'd also like to hear more sounds to figure out what type of healing they're using, as well as more status effects like radiation, decompression sickness, etc. Overall, the health really did need a rework, and I'm glad to see it moving into a bit more of a hardcore area. It was goofy seeing streamers bandage every 2 seconds and keep fighting. I think this slowed the game down a bit, and honestly wouldn't even mind seeing the healing be a tad slower. I know. The mining frigate is dope. It reminded me and Zach a lot of GTFO, and boy do we love some GTFO.
It kind of feels like
this
it.
is GTFO.
This place is freaking me out. It's giving me bad memories.
It doesn't seem to have a ton of loot, but we never opened the vault nor figured out how to open whatever those security consoles open. Is that
I'm
just
resetting something? I don't know what it is.
It's got a lot of mystery to it, and man is it nice to look at. As I said with the United Allies update, this map makes the other maps look bad with the amount of detail. I will say, however, we did see a few new things placed here and there in the old maps, and it really does help make them come alive. Is this gonna hurt? That didn't used to be here. Overall, Mining Frigate is a winding maze of horror, and it's a good addition. I did see one person on Reddit mention wanting a new style of map other than dark industrial, which is what Marauder style is, and I have to agree somewhat. I think this person did a good job mentioning things like a rich cruise ship, an actual colony on a planet, and something like a Japanese faction with a really refined culture and style of ship. Again, this guy hit the nail on the head, and I think SIG should really look into some of these ideas. Don't get me wrong, I do like Marauder's style, but I do think a small bit of change here and there would be good. I sadly didn't get to fight the warden, but man, he does really look cool. I like the idea of raid bosses, and this guy and the raider boss have really kept us on our toes. Well, what else is there? Well, I haven't got to use either of the new weapons. The Dark Gunner rifle hasn't spawned for us, nor was I able to get my hands on any new attachments. We hit several vaults as well, and they're much better, but I didn't find anything new, sadly. AI laying down mines is one of the greatest things ever added. It made us really start looking where we were going after running into them a couple times.
Oh, I hit a mine.
Breaching doing damage to you is cool. Oh my gosh, it does so much damage. Be careful. Except if you want to get back into your own ship. I don't know if maybe we can have a workaround where it tags your ship as your ship and it doesn't do that to you, but whatever. I don't think we were even threatened by a breacher at all during those raids. I don't want that mechanic to go away, but I've always thought it should work a little bit like this. It also somewhat solves the problem of, I won the ship fight, now fuck off, especially with the health and breach changes. Now if I kicked ass in space, the breacher will have to breach me, try to heal, or push me with insanely low health. It's a good change. Well, that's all I've really got this time around. I'll try and cover the next dev blog if there's enough cool stuff in it, which I have no doubt there will be. As always, we're looking forward to the future of Marauders. The excavation update has been highly controversial, but I think it's at least a step in the right direction for a lot of the mechanics and the game as a whole. Thanks a bunch, guys. We'll catch you next time.